Hey guys, it's me, Crystal from Marching North, and today I'm going to show you how to join granny squares using a continuous join as you go method. To start, you'll want to have some granny squares made, and you'll want to do all except for the last round for all your squares, and you can use as many as you want for this, but I'm just doing 9 to start. You're going to start in the top right corner of your top right square, and you're going to tie on your yarn that you're going to use to join them. I just tie it with a double knot. And then we're ready to go. And you're tying it into the corner space of that granny square. So it looks like this. Then you're gonna pull up a loop and make your first chain into that corner. Then I'm gonna go ahead and chain 2 more times to make my chain 3 for my starting chain. So then you're gonna go ahead and do 2 double crochet into that corner. This is for the first half of the corner. And there we go, and I'm chaining 2 because that's how this granny square is, and then I'm going to go ahead and do 3 more double crochet in this corner. So basically you're just making the next round of your granny square at this point, and then when we get down to the bottom corner we start joining. So there's the first corner, and then I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to go ahead and continue my granny square going all the way down just like normal around until I get to this bottom right corner, and then I will show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so I've gone ahead and continued my granny square pattern going all the way down to the bottom corner here, and now we're going to join our next granny square, and it's going to be the one that I want to be right under this one whenever I had them laid out. So before you do that, you're going to go ahead and chain 2. All right. And now we're going to grab our next granny square. This is the one that I want to go under this one. And then what you're going to do is yarn over, and you're just going to insert your hook into that top right corner of the next granny square that's under it. And you're going to make a double crochet. And that has attached them together now. And since this is the corner, we're going to go ahead and do 2 more double crochet because we're doing like half of the corner, and the other half we'll do at the end whenever we go all the way around the border. Now we're attached. And now what we're going to do is we're going to pull the loop off of the hook. Just make sure you don't pull it out on accident, just leave it there. Then you're going to insert your hook into the space above in the granny square before that one, and then you're going to put the loop back on your hook. You're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through all the loops. There you go. And this makes a nice flat join, and you're going to do this in each space. So once you get that done, you're going to go ahead and do your 3 double crochets in the next space on this granny square. There's one more done, and then now we're going to go ahead and do the same join to the next space at the top. So take your hook out of the loop, but hold on to the loop. Insert your hook into that next chain space in the granny square we already finished, and then put the loop back on your hook, yarn over, and pull through the loop and the chain space from the top. And then you're just going to continue doing your double crochet in the next space, your 3 double crochets. And then when you get to the next space, just go ahead and pull the loop off your hook, insert your hook into the space, put the loop back on, and yarn over and pull through. So I think we're getting the hang of that pretty good. So now we're going to do the corner, and I'm going to show you something that's a little different about the corners. So go ahead and do your first 3 double crochets like you would normally do for a corner. So you're just going to go ahead and do your corner like normal. So chain 2 for this granny square, and then we're not going to attach it to this other corner. We're going to attach them later, and you'll see how we're going to do that. But just don't worry about that and go ahead and do your corner and leave them unattached. And they'll look like this, but don't worry, we'll be attaching them later and it'll all make sense. And then you're just going to go ahead and do your granny square round all the way down to this bottom corner. All right, so I got down to the bottom corner, and now I'm going to add my next granny square, and this is actually upside down right now, but go ahead and chain 2 and then yarn over, and then I'm going to bring my granny square around here so it's easier to work into. And I'm going to do my double crochet to join, and then my other 2 double crochets, so 3 will be in there all together. And what we're working on right now, this is going to be like the rightmost edge of if you're making a blanket. And there's no limit to the amount of granny squares you can attach in each row. You can just continue this and make your whole blanket like this. All right, so we got our 3 double crochet in our corner here, and we're going to take the loop off the hook, insert our hook into that space above, put the loop back on the hook, yarn over, and pull through all the loops. And for the rest of this, it's just going to be exactly the same as we did for the granny square right before this. You're just going to go around, and when you get to your corner, you're going to make it like normal and leave it unattached. And you're going to continue that for as many granny squares as you want to do in your column, so like as many as you want it to be long. When you get to your last granny square, you're just going to work to this bottom corner right here, and then we're going to attach our next granny square for our next row. Mine will just be 3, but yours may be longer if you're doing more. So go ahead and chain 2 here, and we're going to attach it in the corner just like we've been doing each time we added a granny square before. So I'm just turning it around to make it a little easier, and I'm going to do 3 double crochet in this corner. And then I'm going to rotate everything around. So now that's going to be going along the top. And I'm going to attach the edge of this granny square the same way we've been doing until I get to this corner. And when I get to the corner, I'll show you how we're going to attach them to the other row. Okay, we made it to the corner, and I've done half of it. I've done my 3 double crochets in here so far. So now we're going to attach to this corner diagonal from the one we're in. We're not going to do it to this one on the right. We're going to do the one on the left. So just don't worry about that corner on the right. We're going to worry about that later. So we're going to attach right here. What you're going to do is go ahead and chain 1. Then take the loop off your hook and hold it. And then you're going to insert your hook into that left corner. Put the loop back on your hook, and do the yarn over and pull through like we've been doing. And there you go. Now we're joined to that corner. And now to get the next granny square in there, we're going to go ahead and stick that in place. And then we're going to just go ahead and make our 3 double crochets right into that corner. All right, so now we're joined there, and don't worry about that one corner that's flapping over there. We'll deal with it in a little bit. So go ahead and continue this. You're gonna just keep attaching your granny squares just like we have been. You're going to repeat that until you get all the way to the edge of your blanket. So in my case, I just have one more square to go, but if you have more, then you'll continue and attach your corners diagonally like we have been. Leave that one on the right alone until you get all the way to the far left edge. This is the far left edge of my blanket. So if you had more, you know, you can keep going, but let's just assume you've gone all the way to your edge. So right here, I'm going to chain 1 in this corner, and then we are going to attach these corners here. So I'm going to insert my hook, put the loop back on the hook, yarn over, and pull through to attach at that corner. And then I'm going to go ahead and do my next 3 double crochet to finish that corner. So whenever you're on your edges of your blanket, you are going to attach the corners. You're not going to leave them loose like we had been. There we go. That's our one edge side of our blanket, and we're going to continue. We're going to go around this corner, down, and all the way to this space right here, and then I'll show you what's next. Okay, so I've gotten back down and around, and I've done my chain 1 already, and I'm going to do the last 3 double crochets in my corner here to finish this corner. All right, so there's that. Now what we're going to do is do our chain 1, and now we're going to attach this to that one corner we have not done anything with yet, right over here. So I'm going to spin it around. So here we go. Now I'm going the other way here. You see, that's where we attached the first 2 corners, and now we're going to attach these 2 corners. So just insert your hook into that corner, the loose one, put the loop back on your hook, tighten it up. Then you're just going to yarn over and pull through and pull it through that chain space in that corner, and now you're attached. All right, so now we're just going to continue on. We're going to do our 3 double crochets right in this corner to finish that corner off. All right, and there's our join right there in the center. And now you're just going to continue that going all the way down this row. Since we're not on the far edge of our blanket yet, we're going to go ahead and leave these corners over on the left unattached again. And just do your chain 2 and turn and continue your corner just like we did before. So now you're just going to continue going down. You're going to attach your corner to that loose corner over here, and then continue around just like we did. And you're going to do that for as many rows as you have until you get to your last row, and then you're going to stop here in this corner. And then we're going to attach the next granny square just like we did before. And we're going to go down, and then you're going to get your next granny square, and you're going to attach that right here. Continue. Do the same thing we did for the previous row, and you're going to do that all the way around to here. Go up, turn, go down. You're just going to repeat the same thing we've been doing, going down and around, down and around. And when you get to this top corner, I will show you what we do to finish up our granny square blanket we're making here. Oh, before I show you that, I wanted to show you at the edges, when you get to your last row and you're on your edge of your blanket, you are going to attach your corners. So I forgot to mention that. But this is only on the last row whenever you're on your outer edge and you have no more granny squares left to attach on that side. Go ahead and attach your corners there and then continue until you get to the bottom corner there. Okay, so I've made it all the way to this last corner, and now all we have to do is the outside edge and we will be done. So this is really easy. You just go ahead and do your corner, chain 2 for this granny square pattern, and do 3 double crochets in that corner to finish it off. Then you're just going to continue on this side until you get to your corner and do half of your corner, and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1. We're going to take the loop off our hook. We're going to insert our hook in between where those 2 granny squares are attached, where that little loop is there at the bottom, and put your loop back on your hook, yarn over, and just pull through all the loops here. There we go. And then you're just going to go ahead and do your 3 double crochets in the next corner. There we go. And that's all there is to it. And you're going to do that just all the way around each time you get to one of those little intersections. There we go. And then just continue doing your granny square around as usual. So just continue this all the way down and around until you get back to where you started, and then I'll show you how to join your yarn and finish off. Okay, so here we are in the last chain space, and you see here's our chain 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna join right into that top of that chain 3. So first you're gonna do a chain 1, then just insert your hook into the top of your chain 3, and I like to go under both loops, and then yarn over and pull through that other loop. And that is all there is to it. Then you're just gonna cut your yarn and pull the end through that loop to finish it off and tighten it up. And then the beauty of this join is all you have to do is weave in that end and your starting end, and you are done. And it looks great. And after weaving in all the ends for all these granny squares, the last thing I wanted to do was weave in a bunch of ends to join them. So I love this method. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please leave a like, comment, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching!